Let the games begin. Bring forth the runners.
Hello everyone, welcome to Gauntlet Runner. This is a D&D campaign of hardcore dungeon runs. I am your game master, Esper, and today's contender is Mr. Pocket GM, Jared. Welcome back, buddy.
Nice to be back.
Jared is going to try round 2 with a different character. He's actually playing one of my characters, Redhorn, the Minotaur. Shiloh met a very, very quick defeat. He's not actually dead. He's now captive in Algophobia, and maybe we'll see him later and maybe not. So, Jared, as I was telling you, Redhorn is a trained pit monster, a monstrous beast man who has been raised and trained in blood for the purposes of blood spectacle, and he's very ferocious and wild.
Can't wait to plant my horns.
You're kind of doing a 180 now between Shiloh and Redhorn. You're led kind of in chains by these guards who, there's more guards escorting Redhorn than there was for Shiloh. And, you've been through this routine more times than you can count. And they take you inside and down the steps, all the way down into the holding chamber where the Labyrinth Lord awaits. And they unshackle you there and they prod you forward in the direction of the Labyrinth Lord.
I sneer at the guards and spit at their feet, and then bolt up the staircase as fast as I can.
Redhorn, yeah.
The Labyrinth. He just ignores whoever that guy with the staff was.
All right. So be it. And the Labyrinth Lord is, got a bit of a bemused smirk as Redhorn goes charging up the stairs into Algophobia, where Rastor is back to tormenting whatever man is inside the Iron Maiden, and this time he has a red-hot poker. Can you dance in there? Can you dance amongst the spikes? No! Ah! Ah! And there's shrieks and shouts from the inside. Redhorn, what do you do?
Redhorn is going to stomp forward to here and bellow his war cry. You! You with the pathetic horns! Come face me!
What is this? A proper contender? I'm going to relish it.
And a sadistic look of glee spreads across the smile of this devilish man. Roll for initiative, Redhorn. All right. You act first. What do you do?
I'm going to see if I can gore him. I think I can. He bolts his way forward and leans his head to one side and says, "Be broken on me!" And I slam into him and roll a
Are you using charge?
Yes, charge.
Okay, so that's your action. You move up to your speed in a straight line and you make a gore attack. Yes, you have a hit. It's going to be a D8 plus an extra D8 plus 5. All right, 17 total. All right, and the devilish fellow is making a strength saving throw. He fails. You knock him prone. You can knock him up to 10 feet away. How far away would you like him to go? You don't have to move him farther if you don't want.
I'm going to try and hoist him with my horns. I'm going to flick him towards this open Iron Maiden, whatever the box is. The open box.
It is actually, this is an open Iron Maiden, and you see the mini spikes inside. This here is just half of an Iron Maiden. So it's got the spikes in the interior space, but there's no front. There's no door to it. This corner here has some chains connected to the wall with like shackles. And then, yes, indeed, to the east, there is a stairwell with spiraling stairs. So the push, that does have to knock him away from you. So what we'll do is we'll say he's like knocked this way, and you're kind of getting him in that direction. You still have a bit of speed. I think you wanted to do the bonus action Demon Horn. Is that right?
No, charge? I just want to gore him. It's fine.
You just want to gore him. Okay. The devilish man gets up to his feet, and he's wearing these ironclad spiked boots. He has a long spiked chain, a warhammer, daggers, torture instruments on a belt. He's pretty well equipped. He looks at you, maybe a bit impressed or interested or even surprised of that powerful attack. He, however, does not spend his action to attack you, but rather he utters the command word. And you see within this half Iron Maiden a churning, almost like a twisting vortex in the space itself. And an infernal soldier steps through, or is just starting to come through, I should say. And I'm going to roll its initiative and see where it ends up. Looks like it's going to go next, in fact. The summoning chamber is still active. It looks like there's a second infernal soldier that is going to come through, but not quite yet. It seems distant, almost just like a distant silhouette that's making its way in. At the start of round 4, that one is going to enter. So it'll be coming. The foe, the devilish foe, the large man, he skirts around you tactically over this way, and he kind of flicks his eyes to the stairwell and looks at you cautiously. The infernal soldier comes at you. Do you do your demon horn up attack?
Yeah, well, if he's the other big guy's not going to approach, I guess I will go for a good old-fashioned riposte with my horns. 13 to hit.
No, he blocks your horns on his shield and then responds with a slash from his longsword. And he catches you with the blade, dealing 8 slashing damage to you. He will do the spiked headbutt, even though it provokes. You've already made an opportunity attack, so you're out your reaction. It is not going to hit, though. Your thick Minotaur hide repels it. Your turn, Redhorn.
I'm going to grab hold of this soldier with a grapple.
Yep. Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check. Something tells me you're going to win.
Oh, it's a very awkward.
Yeah,
my natural one's better though.
There's a bit of a flailing about against each other. It is a little awkward, but you seize hold of the infernal soldier.
All right, and I'm going to actually shove him back into the portal. As if to banish him back into where he came from.
He does go through the portal to the other side and seems to disappear.
I have broken your servant. Now it is time to break you. And I run back towards our tall fellow.
I am Rastor. I shall delight in this in due time.
And he actually is using a teleportation type effect. He actually looks like into the stairwell, or rather he walks into the stairwell, and then he looks like up, and in this like sulfurous smoke is gone. He like teleports out of there.
No, you can run, but you cannot hide from my horns.
So you're going to have round 3 now, essentially on your own. At the start of round 4, the second soldier is going to be stepping through the portal.
Okay, well, Redhorn is going to move up to this other Iron Maiden and try to remove the door from it.
It's like to rip the door off?
Well, if maybe it's got some pinions, I can rip it off.
Yeah.
If it needs persuasion, it needs persuasion. I remove the door.
You physically persuade the door. Make a strength check.
It's a 12.
Your persuasion is not quite as persuasive as your muscularity might otherwise suggest. And you fiddle with the door, and it's very, very heavy. As far as you can tell, the large devil man has teleported off somewhere else to lay in wait, to trap you, to do something. He seemed confident that he was going to do something pretty grisly in due time, as he said. All right, so we're going to go to the 4th round, and we'll see what happens here. The second infernal soldier passes through the portal. You still are higher in initiative, so it's back to your turn for round 4, Redhorn.
Can I reattempt to remove the door?
Sure.
Or is it simply beyond my... Okay.
I think it's something that could potentially be succeeded upon.
Dirty 20.
You pull and you wrench at it, and it does not come free. Truly, this is solid and very heavy, this iron.
All right, well, I'm going to immediately move up to our new reappearing soldier and greet his blade.
This might be an opportune moment to use Demon Horn.
Yeah, I could do that.
All right, Demon Horn, as a bonus action, roll 1d4, and the effect is...
Oh, make a gore attack. That's number 4's result.
Yeah, make a gore attack immediately or after the next action you take this turn. All right, immediately obviously is what fits in this case. All right, go for it. Yes, a hit. You have bloodied the foe, and it is responding with a longsword slash, dogged, with malicious determination. It misses. It does have a graze effect with the sword, so it still does 2 slashing on a miss. A slight cut. Back to you, Redhorn.
All right, I'm going to grapple this creature again.
All right, so you're trying to do the same thing to it as with the other one.
Sure, 18.
You shove it back through the portal, and it is gone. Or Redhorn, you have achieved victory in this first chamber here.
Enough with these soldiers! And I'm going to dash my way up to the staircase.
There are spiraling stairs. They are going up, and just by the the acoustics of the space, you can tell it's kind of a large stairwell, like a shaft that must go up some great distance.
Oh, I'm going to charge up the staircase.
You charge up the staircase, okay.
That coward who ran away.
Yeah, all right. You barrel ahead up the stairs, your hooves clomping all the while, and you go up and up and up, and it is quite a massive stairwell. In fact, it goes up 70 feet in total, and you find yourself, here's where you are, like at the top of the stairwell. It looks to be exiting out onto a platform in a circular cave-like chamber. Over the sides of the platform, it is a pit dropping down rather far. There are 2 brass devil statues flanking this platform on either side of the platform. To the north, there is a door. It's a stone door. It's shut. And the door frame is like a wicked devil's head.
Redhorn will assume that this statue that's immediately confronting him as he rises up the stairs is the creature, and will attempt to charge into it and gore it much the same way he did before.
You exit the stairwell, and a slab slides over, sealing the way back down. You slam into the brass devil statue, and it holds fast.
Does it make a hollow ting, or is it more solid?
It seems hollow. Both of the brass statues are holding up arms. The arms are also hollow, so sort of like gauntlets in effect. And they look pretty well identical. The area is illuminated by another red like an ever-burning flame. It's suspended from a chain on the ceiling.
If I look down over the edge, what is it? How far is it down again?
50 feet down, so it's a pretty deep pit.
And then the only exit I can see from this vantage point is that head on the wall.
Yes.
He will pace about on top of the pillar, frustrated. He will attempt to kick the statues to see if they are fixed in place, or are they...
They are fixed in place. They look to be bolted into the ground.
And they're holding up these gauntlets. Can I take the gauntlet from them, or is it part of the statue?
The one to the right is part of the statue. They're fused. They're just one and the same object. The one to the left actually looks like the gauntlet is its own arm. It could come out. You could pull it out of the grip.
I yank it out of the statue, snatch it from its hands.
Snatched it is.
Look at the gauntlet. Does it look like it's anything special about it? Anything particularly interesting?
No, it doesn't really have anything distinct, no markings, nothing unique. It just looks like a person's arm and hand, effectively gauntlet-like. The fingers are articulated like a gauntlet made of brass.
I'm going to look down over the edge of the pit. There's no distinct markings, anything that I can determine as like a maybe well-traveled path, or an area where a skirmish has happened recently, or...
It looks like somebody fell to their death here on this side. There's like blood, like a splatter of blood staining the ground, though there's no body there.
All right. Well, I'm going to climb down.
It's natural stone. It looks moderately difficult to climb. It's not smooth, but it's not like full of plentiful handholds either. So
I take
would be
my
a challenge.
Dungeoneer's pack out and I retrieve the piton.
Oh, okay. Do you have Dungeoneer's
pack?
pack?
Slam it into the ground.
Yep. Okay.
And I tie off my hempen rope and I abseil down the rock face.
Yeah, that seems a more surefire way or reliable way to get down without risk of great bodily injury or death. And you rig up your rope and your spike, and then you head down the rock face, grasping hold of the rope for a good grip. And you go, let's say, like 1 round's worth, right? So you've gone, what is that? It's like half speed. So you've gone 30 feet down. So you're about halfway down. When something is happening, and you might notice it, make a perception check. 14. You get to the bottom, and you are like assessing your situation, looking around, kind of, I'm down here now. What's around me? And then you see it. There is a giant spider that has actually crept down from a higher ledge. That was at a point that was actually higher up than the platform. So the platform is at like 50 feet up. It was up even a bit higher than that. So it seems to have come out of somewhere, some cave or tunnel or whatever you might want to call that, some den. And it was creeping along, and you didn't actually notice it until it came out and has now crept down about halfway down the cave wall to the east. So we're going to go into initiative here with the spider about halfway down, and you are all the way down. You shall begin. You're mainly a melee monster, though you do have a few javelins. I guess 2 javelins, a heavy flail, and your horns.
Yeah, I'm just going to move to here in the middle of the gap here, and then I'm going to throw a javelin at this spider. Ooh,
Your javelin
10
clacks against the cavernous wall to the side of it.
I will back up slightly, as if getting ready to charge when it gets onto the ground.
Very well. The giant spider finishes climbing down the wall, so we'll consider that its speed has been spent. For its action, it actually shoots a thick web, strands of webs from its spinnerets. Make a dexterity saving throw, Redhorn.
Ooh, but that's a 17.
Not a dexterous creature, but your reflexes are keen in this instance, and you evade the strands of sticky webbing. Back to your turn.
Then I charge at the creature.
Yep, that's fine. So you can move up to your speed, and then charge is its own action that lets you move up to your speed and make a gore attack.
Ah, okay, all right. Then
So it almost think of like the 3rd edition charge, where you can like double move and make one hit. It's kind of like that. Yep, go ahead and make the gore attack. And it's a critical hit. Oh,
is that 4d8 then?
Yeah, because you've got your d8 from your horn doubled, and then you've got your d8 from the charge hit doubled. So you've got 4d8 plus 5. Ugh! Your horns stab into the giant spider. Its arachnid blood oozes out, and the thing like twitches and starts convulsing, and its legs like curl up, and it's just a dead spider.
Oh no, is it dead?
Bug. It's totally dead.
No, I actually wanted to try and ride it. Oh no!
You're a powerful beast, Redhorn.
Can I say it was a non-lethal? No, I won't do that. All right, okay, I have killed the spider. And then I will go over to this wall, and I will try to use my pittance to see if I can climb the wall.
Okay, so you use your climber's gear, your dungeoneering gear, and this is going to take it's going to take a bit of time, but you do have a total of 4 hours. Redhorn, you have been 10 minutes in this dungeon so far. You have a total of 4 hours, so it takes you, whatever, a couple minutes, we'll say, to get the pittons and the rope and hammer them in, and you get yourself up. So you're climbing, you're holding ropes that are spiked into the cave wall, and you're there now, like at the base of a stone door, and the door frame looks like a stone devil head with the mouth open.
I try to just do a good old-fashioned shove it open.
I'll say something, and you tell me if you think this makes sense for Redhorn. You want to shove the door open. It's a really awkward position. Like, you're not standing, you're climbing, you're kind of roped. It's an awkward position to attempt such a thing in. But you look around and you're thinking like, maybe there's a better way to try this. Do you have any other ideas? Or you could try it with like disadvantage on your strength check.
I'm going to try and pry loose one of its fangs.
Go ahead and give me a strength check on that.
19.
All right. You get up there and grasp hold of it. You're strong, you're heavy, and you get, just the right kind of leverage, and you break off a stony fang, and it's a pretty large fang compared to your hand.
Didn't seem to react in any way. Doesn't seem to.
No reaction.
Suggest any other greater mechanism here. How do I make someone open their mouth? Oh, I know. And I climb up further. I want to get up to its nose.
Hammer, spikes, rope, and all. You get yourself up to the nose of the devil head doorframe.
I'm gonna shove the fang up one of the noses.
Okay.
It'll fit in there, right? Okay. And
you jam the fang in a nostril.
And I've got a crowbar as well, so I'm gonna jam the crowbar up the other one.
Okay.
And then,
you crowbar the second nostril.
And these eyes look pretty glowy. Are they like gemstones or something?
They're not gemstones. They're actually not glowing of their own accord. They might be just slightly reflecting or glaring off of the ever-burning flame that is hanging from a ceiling chain down here to the middle of the
Redhorn
cave chamber.
it sadly reaches into the empty eye sockets and is unable to retrieve something beautiful.
Just stony eyes. They look like they're maybe glazed with like a red glaze.
Hurry up and speak to me, stupid door. And then he will climb down to the mouth and see if it's open yet.
No open mouth.
Whoa, where is this demon gone? So I'm going to climb up to his forehead, shove some pitons in his forehead, and then I'm going to take a running jump away from the head while holding onto the rope and attempt to swing like a giant wrecking ball into the door of the mouth.
Okay, very well. You use that as probably the last of the rope, or at least the last of the length of the rope, and come swinging down the other side. Make an athletics check.
19.
You bash against the door. It has a bit of a shudder to it, but it does not bash open. It's a heavy stone door. It seems sealed incredibly well.
If I threw my whole body into it, I doubt anything else I could do to open it.
Let me throw out a couple things since you're going at this kind of brute force style. If you bash your body against it again and you fail a second time, you will injure yourself. You'll get a level of exhaustion that represents the injury. A different tactic is you could attack it with you got a heavy flail, so you could maybe try bashing at it with the flail.
I'm going to assume that there is some mechanism to open this door somewhere. So I'm going to go to the only other place of note, and that is somewhere where that spider came from. Is there like a ledge up here where the I don't know if I'm looking at it correctly. Is there a ledge?
There seems to be a ledge up here. It's higher up than the platform. So if the platform's 50 feet up, this ledge might be 65 feet up. You unfasten you remove the pitons and the roping from the northern face, and then you go over here to this northeastern face and make your ascent up there. We'll say that takes up a little bit more time there as well, but you haven't even been in here 30 minutes in this dungeon, so you're doing good on time. And then you get yourself climbed all the way up onto this ledge here, and you see a tunnel which is heading to the east, and it looks to be like sloping down a bit.
Okay, well, I'll make my way around and see what I can find. Is it just a nest of like spider cocoons, or is it going to be something interesting or useful?
It's quiet ahead. There is a bit of a smell like carcasses, but it's not like a strong putrescence smell, just kind of a general fainter dead bodies smell.
I continue down the hall. I can only see it here. And there we go. Now it's letting me see it.
You're starting to see some large webs and strands, and you see some. Oh, there are the bodies right there. They must be dead bodies of other runners, webbed up, hanging carcasses from the spider webs.
I'm going to pull down the carcasses of the cocoons. I'm going to drag them like up here, like back towards the tunnel, the edge of the tunnel.
You drag the cocooned bodies, the bodies cocooned in webbing. And there are 3 of them. So let's call them the left body, the middle body, and the right body. And you bring them over here to near the edge of where the spider had emerged.
And then I'm going to take out my torch and flint and tinder, and then burn the rest of this webbing down.
Okay, sure. The webbing certainly catches fire pretty easily, and you get it burned out in a pretty short amount of time. All this work you've done, I don't think took too long.
And then, is there anything down further, or is that just dead end?
There is a way further to the south. It continues to slope down.
Well, before I go that way, I'm going to go back to the bodies. I'm going to start ripping them open one by one and seeing if they had anything of use on them, anything that was important that they couldn't make use of before they got spidered.
Yes, indeed. You do find some things. These appear to be gauntlet runners that have been preyed upon and eaten and sucked of their blood or whatever vital juices by the giant spider. The left body has some coins you find in a pouch, some gold coins. Roll 3d10. 19 gold coins, in fact. And then the middle body has 2 items of note. They're quite noteworthy. The first one is an alchemical created item known as a Tanglefoot. And basically what it is a small flask that has like a tarry alchemical substance in it. And you can, it's like a one-time use, a consumable item, and you throw it at a target in hopes of, in hopes of restraining them, getting them all gunked up with this restraining tar. Now, depends on a couple things. You got to throw it. They get a dex save, but you might slow them down, or you might fully restrain them. So that's its usage. And then the other item is an item that is known of here in the great games of Bazagon. It's called a ramstone, also a consumable item. It looks like a little quartz gem flecked with iron, and you throw that at a target. Could be a creature or it could be an object, and it's basically like a bull rush type effect. You can like knock the creature away. You can try to bash open a door. You can try to break open a stuck object. Just anything that would be like breaking or pushing something with a ramming force.
A knock rock. Fantastic. All right.
A knock rock. Yeah. The ramstone, the knock rock. So you have both of those now, a Tanglefoot and a ramstone.
Let's rip open the third one.
The third one, which we'll call the right body, is different. The first 2 were just husks, dried, shriveled husks. The body to the right is not that. It's an elf. It's an elven man. He's very pale. He's unconscious, but not quite dead. You detect a faint, weak pulse.
The question I asked was, does he have anything of value?
Yes, sure. He has leather armor. He has a short sword.
Redhorn would normally just behead this creature as the moment he discovered it, but he needs to figure out some other way of getting through this chamber. Maybe this elf saw something or knows something that he doesn't know. So give it a good slap. Come on, knife ear, wake up!
You slap the elf, and he is very pale and unconscious, and like his body seems like paralyzed, stiff. Clearly, the venom is harrowing this frail elven form, but he's not quite dead. You can detect there is a faint heartbeat in there.
I'll leave him be for now, and I'll go back towards where that other. If this has another chamber or something.
The slope seems to be going down to the south.
I'll head south.
The tunnel continues.
I trudge through.
Downward. It's quite easy to go down. It's just like nice downward slope. So you go hoofing it down. You get to this chamber here, and there are 2 things that I can comment on. One is that there is a chest, an iron chest. The other is that there is a bat, essentially a regular bat, and it is clutching onto something that looks like a small vial, and you startle it, and you're tromping down, and it goes flapping, and it tries to flap like over your head to get away.
I'm guessing I still got my torch. Can I try and swat it carefully out of the sky? I guess that's as careful as Redhorn can carefully swat it out of the sky. Okay.
Yeah, make it'd just be a strength roll, just an improvised weapon attack.
Oh. Gently, natural 20 critical hit it.
Okay. Is your intention to kill the bat or to knock it?
I'm trying to carefully get whatever it's carrying.
Okay. You you knock the bat and you grab the potion vial, and it has a pleasant aroma to it. Clearly, a potion of healing.
What was it on top of this? This I can see a thing. Is the thing? Was it on the ceiling? Was it on the thing? What's this box? It looks like a box.
Yes, that's the iron box that I mentioned, like a treasure chest, and then the bat was just here nearby, clinging to the, like the overhanging bit where like the ceiling curves into the wall.
Is the bat dead?
You tell me.
Is it just like on the ground, flitting about, trying to? It's stunned or something.
It's up to you. You could have killed it, or you could have just totally stunned it, like knocked it senseless.
It's definitely singed and maybe unconscious.
Okay.
So I'll pick up the bat and look at it. Does it look like it's just a normal bat?
Looks like just a normal bat.
Why was it carrying a vial? Bats don't carry vials. I look at the chest. I kick the chest.
I mean, it's not a tiny, tiny little bat. It has some size to it, like maybe the size of a fruit bat or something. But still, compared to the mighty Redhorn, it is a trifling thing. Yeah, there's an iron chest here. You're seeing it with your dark vision. Well, actually, you got a torch lit. So let me give you some torch illumination. But you do have dark vision too.
I'm going to just kick the torch. If it's just an unmarked trunk, I'm just going to kick it open. See if I can.
Yes, actually, you can get it open with your hoof. It doesn't have any sort of lock in place. And looks like there's a red candle inside of it. And there is a strip of parchment rolled around the candle.
I love red, so I take the red candle.
That is true. You do love red. Yeah, red candle is in hand, and there's a little strip of parchment with some writing on it.
I don't have time for reading, writing. I just take the candle, shove it in my bag.
Okay, red candle is yours.
It's loot. And it just continues to go down somewhere else?
It continues sloping down.
Oh, well, I'm thinking, like, how to get out of here. So he's going to begrudgingly go all the way back now with this vial that he's recognized. And he's going to feed it to that useless knife here. And then slap him awake.
You administer the potion of healing to the elven man. Roll 2d4 plus 2. 7.
Wake up! Wake up, tree driller!
Good, take us.
His eyes.
I shake him.
His glazed eyes with like this like darkened lids squint at you and squint against the glare of the torch flame.
I just hold the fire behind my head so it looks like a dark silhouette of...
He utters something to you in his elvish tongue.
Oh, why would I waste such a valuable item like that on you? I could have used it for myself.
You are to kill me. Yes. Or no.
If you've become useless to me, you will. I pick him up and carry him on my shoulder.
I will stand. I will stand.
Too late. I carry him on my shoulder.
Okay, you put him over your shoulder. He clearly has some pretty gnarly exhaustion going on, but he is conscious.
I'm going to carry him, and we're going to go down, down, down. So I've got one arm with him on my shoulder, and the other arm with the torch.
Okay.
And I'm going to walk all the way down.
You, with the elf on your shoulder, go back down the slope, and pretty easy to go down the slope. And there is what appears to be dead end, like a rough cave wall, natural stone dead end. Though there is a lever in the wall, like an iron lever that could be thrown. All right, you do that, and a section of the wall moves aside. and you can see now into the original torture chamber.
I bellow in frustration. Oh! And have half a mind to throw the elf into one of the Iron Maidens, but I'll instead just leave him at the torch here that's burning there.
All right, you leave him by the brazier. It does not seem to be producing any heat, just the infernal illumination.
I'm gonna go over to this table. Is that what it is? Yeah, that's what it is, right?
It is. It's a table with restraints for wrists and ankles on it, and there are just a couple items on it. There's a bowl with some pincers resting in it, and some bits of wiry hair.
I'm gonna try and yank open
Minotaur,
this.
I do not want to die in this place.
The elf is weakly standing up by the brazier.
If you do not wish to die, then perhaps do not fight spiders. And I'm going to rip open the door of this Iron Maiden, if it will yield to me.
Yeah, so there is there's a bolt on the side, and you unbolt it and haul it open. There is a dwarven man on the inside, disheveled, injured, and his beard has been completely ripped out, plucked out. So his chin is really quite gnarly.
Another feeble victim. I'm going to drag the dwarf out. I'm going to put him next to the elf.
Now get your hands off me!
And he fights against you. He doesn't want you to drag him. And are you too bad? Okay.
I'll drag him by the beard if he had one, but he doesn't. So
he does have hair. He
collar.
has brown hair coming out of his head.
Something that's going to at least not kill him, and then drag him over to the elf. Put him next to the elf, and then I'm going to make my way over to here. Part the chains with my torch.
Yes. Okay, there seems to be that tunnel on the other side. On the other side, the masonry of the walls is soon giving way to natural stone, like a cave tunnel. And the air has a stink to it, like dung.
Can I recognize, with my acute senses as a Minotaur, can I recognize what kind of creature this might be?
Perhaps. Immediately you can tell this is not a common animal's dung. It doesn't smell like horse, dog, cat, etc. Make a nature check.
Any bonus? Must be a cat. Big cat.
So yeah, you're really not sure. It's something. But yeah, nothing common.
All right, well, anyway, back to here. Size up my companions. Dwarf! What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same. I was put in here. I'm a runner.
You weren't running very fast in there, now were you?
We all tried, do we not? Some have better fortune than others. It seems my luck has dried up.
There is no such thing as fortune. There is only the strong and the weak.
Well, you look pretty strong to me. Are you saying that you intend to get out of this place? If so, I'm with you. I am Durgal.
You will refer to me as Redhorn.
Redhorn? I know you. You're the pit fighter.
Redhorn becomes almost bashful at this and goes, I see. My name precedes me.
There is hope.
The dwarf looks to the elf.
There is hope.
The elf looks at the Minotaur and at the dwarf.
I see no hope in this hellish pit. This is nightmare made real.
Yes, it is a nightmare.
Elf, can you use that blade?
To some, it would be a dream. Now, two of you, follow me.
Elf, can you use that blade? I am skilled with this blade. I have none.
Durgal looks at you, Redhorn. and that you have multiple weapons.
Put a weapon in my hand. I will fight as I can.
I size him up. I give him one javelin.
You give him a javelin, so he's using that like a short spear. I will tell you, Durgal is pretty hurt. He's in very bad shape. He has 1 level of exhaustion. The elf, whose name is Sereth, he is in not quite... He has a bit more hit points. He gave him that potion, though he does have 3 levels of exhaustion. So he's moving at half speed. His skill checks and his attack rolls are at... And his ability... Like, all his D20 rolls are at disadvantage.
They are a mixture of a waste of time and a waste of health potions in my eyes. Is this thing still open over here where the chain was?
Yeah, it's open.
Yeah. Dwarves. Do you know of stone, don't you? You live in mountains.
I am a miner by profession.
Good. I'll put you to use then. Follow me if you want to live.
I want to live. I do not want to die in this place. This is hell, I swear it. I don't want to die in here either.
You go past the burnt spider webs up to the ledge where the giant spider had crawled out. You have these 2 quite injured, previously failed Gauntlet Runners in tow, an elf and a dwarf. The elf has a short sword. The dwarf has a javelin. The elf is wearing leather armor, and the dwarf just has like some ripped, poked, disheveled clothing.
I'm going to point over. I don't know if we can see it from here. Can we see the door? Can we see that weird head?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, at an angle, you can see it there.
All right. I'm going to point to it and say, Dwarf, I want that open.
That cursed door.
Surely you know things of stones.
What other tools do you have? This flail looks pretty hefty.
Oh, you want me to break it open?
I
could do such things. I think I suddenly become a little bit bashful because I'm like, oh, of course. Well, I knew I could break it open, of course. But how would a feeble little twigling like this one here, and I point to the elf, how would they get through such a door?
There must be a better way to open it. I was just going to investigate it previously when that spider caught me.
Oh, yes. And I take the elf's head and I push him over the edge of the cliff so that he can see the dead spider.
No, stop that! Never do that again!
Ah, yes. Well, I made short work of that spider. Pity.
There is hope. Look at that. Gore glorious!
The dwarf is quite impressed with the gory mess that the spider was turned into.
All right. I pull out the gauntlet that I got, and I give it to the dwarf. And I point at those 2 statues in the center pillar.
Hey.
Is this some sort of key?
It might be.
The dwarf looks over the iron, or the brass gauntlet. He is making an intelligence check.
I don't know anything about this, and there doesn't seem to be any sort of particular signs on it. Though it does seem to be a sturdy gauntlet.
He puts it on his arm, like puts his hand right into the gauntlet, and then he goes,
That I felt something there. Something very strange.
What did you feel?
I don't know, a sense of dread. But also, there's power in this gauntlet.
And
Good, perhaps you can open that door with it. And I guess I begin...
The dwarf like flexes his hand, and when he makes that fist, there's a rumble at the stony head, and a bridge extends from the devil head out to the platform.
Ah, look at that. It did it by itself without any intervention. That's good. All right, and then I guess we're gonna climb down.
The
And then
bridge
climb.
like chops off part of your rope, but it probably wasn't
Damn
that
it!
much of the rope. Yeah, maybe it lost 5 feet of its length. So the dwarf is saying there's something about this gauntlet that feels a little bit creepy, and it's fused onto his arm, so he has like a brass arm now. But he also says he feels power and like this will to afflict his enemies. The stone door is actually still shut, but there is this bridge now that one could use to stand right in front of the door, and so that's presumably something beneficial.
I climb down and I leave the last 10 feet so I can like lay on top of the spider and squish it some more. And
Okay.
Then, make the slow, arduous climb back up the pillar with pittons and rope. And,
You want to get him back up the other side?
It's going to be faster that way if I can just
Yes, it will be.
climb with him.
Okay, so
All
you
right,
climb
and
him
then-
up the other side onto the top of the platform, and then Durgal, the dwarf, he climbs it. He just, takes his time to be careful, and then he gets up there.
Ugh, I hate this place.
Now! And I make a running start so I can into the door.
Okay, is this another strength check, or is this an attack with a weapon?
Yeah, no, it's a strength check because now he has his groupies. 20.
Oof! You bash against the door, and it does rumble a little bit, but it does not open. There's writing, the elf points out, and Sereth shows that here, just kind of at the north end of the bridge, engraved in the stone, it says, "The blind man grovels for pity."
I light another torch because I'm guessing the other one's burnt out by now with all that climbing. And the blind man grovels.
Sereth will get down and close his eyes and grovel. "Please, show pity on us. Let us out of this terrible place. We have suffered enough."
I climb up the face and I take my flail to the eyes of the door.
Okay. You
With
bash
its nose
the...
blocked up and its eyes broken. Hopefully it will open its mouth.
Your heavy flail, you bash the glazed eyes, and chips like bits of rock and broken glazed ceramic fall down to clatter on the bridge below.
I have blinded it. Is the door open yet?
It's not open yet.
Sereth once again grovels blindly.
Please, let us out of this hell pit. We do not deserve to be in a place like this. It does not matter what we have done.
"Get up there," says Durgal, and he pushes the elf forward, and blind and prone, the elf pushes the door and the door opens.
All right.
You've got to open the damn door.
There we go. I knew that bashing the eyes would fix it. The door is open. I look over them and I'm thinking, a stiff breeze will kill you too.
We did not ask
Think
to be
about-
put into this place.
I bring them, I say, let's come back here for a moment. And I bring them both back to this main pillar here. Just wait here, catch your breath, and then we begin this nightmare further ahead. And while we have our short rest, I'm going to be pulling out all my items that I've collected.
Now, you do know if you attempt a short rest and not in a sanctuary, you will get interrupted.
That's
There will be a wandering
Redhorn.
monster. There will be something, and the short rest won't happen. And the Labyrinth Lord said there are potential sanctuaries here, but it is up to you and your cunning.
Redhorn didn't hear that.
Well, the other two runners are aware of that. They definitely did hear that. Yeah, and
So they're going to complain that I'm giving them a short rest.
they say, "No, no, we dare not bring out whatever things are waiting in the wings."
Oh, it's bad enough that I save your life. Now you have to whinge and complain at me. Fine, let's go.
This isn't
Jumps forward.
complaining. This is keeping us alive.
The elf says,
I will have you know I come from a very long and prestigious elven tradition of whinging.
You do not come from anything except for a cocoon.
there is a triangular chamber ahead. To the northwest, there is a shelf, a stone shelf, and it has some melted red candle wax on its surface. To the north is a heavy stone door. Heavy stone doors take an action and a strength check to attempt to open. To the east is a wooden door. It is open. It has a padlock, like an unlocked padlock. It's opened presently, and it's hanging from a door hasp. And on the inside,
does it have the key in it, or is it?
Nope,
is it just
there's no
open?
key in it. It's just an open, like an unlocked padlock, just hanging there from the hasp.
I'm gonna
and
pull
it's
off
like
the
a-
padlock, take it for myself.
Okay, padlock is yours. Otherwise, a wooden door, kind of a reinforced wooden door, has like a viewing slot in it. And
I'll look inside.
yeah, there's something inside. There is a stone statue of a shackled man. Engraved in the statue are the words, "The Condemned."
I go back over to the shelf and I pull out my red candle.
Mm-hmm.
And is it the same wax, same color, and everything?
Seems to be.
Pity to waste such a beautiful candle in such a terrible, dank place like this.
What is this you have?
Oh yes, this. And I hold up the candle triumphantly to the elf.
What is this?
He points to the parchment. There's a parchment
you
wrapped
probably
around
just
it with
burn it
writing.
with the candle.
No. And he like tries to grab the parchment.
No way, I'm not letting him grab the parchment.
What does it say? Read it!
Hold it above his... What do you mean, read it? It's a candle, you burn it!
No, this is... Where did you find that?
Ah, it was actually near you somewhere, in those caves we street trumped through.
Durgal says,
I am of the same mind as Sareth. There could be an important clue on that.
Oh, fine. Here you go. And I violently plant it in his hand.
Yes, it is. Light the candle within a triangular chamber to make it a sanctuary. The candle burns for up to 1 hour. The seal of the Labyrinth Lord, look!
Oh, that fellow. Yes, he was almost standing in my way when I was coming in here.
so apparently, indeed, if you light this candle here, you will make this triangular room, or any triangular room for that matter, a sanctuary for the duration of the candles burning up to an hour.
So if I light this candle, you won't complain when I tell you to have a rest.
Yes.
Very well then. And I snatch the candle from him. And I
Okay.
plonk it onto the shelf. And I take my torch and I light it.
All right. The red candle is aglow. You now have a short rest at your disposal. I will remind you of something because I know this is your first time like playing Redhorn. When you killed that spider, you could have used Battle Vigor.
When you kill something one time.
Yeah, when you score a critical hit or reduce an enemy to 0 hit points. I guess you could have done it on the bat as well. I guess an enemy is the bat. I don't think the bat. I guess the bat wasn't your enemy, but when you crit an enemy or reduce an enemy to 0, when you do that, you can regain 2d6 hit points, and that's once per short rest. So theoretically, that could have already happened. Do you think Redhorn would have done that when he killed the giant spider?
Maybe. I don't know. Do you want to roll a dice to see? We'll find out. Odds and evens.
All right, give me even or odd.
Let's say even he does, odd he didn't.
Okay.
Oh, you're rolling.
Oh, you rolled it. Okay, that's fine. We can use yours. All right. Even, indeed, you battle vigored. So roll 2d6, and let's see how much you recovered from that. 3
hit
okay.
points.
So you are currently at 20 out of 27. Short rest
And then
to
I can
roll 1 hit die?
Roll my hit dice. 8 plus 4.
Very nice.
That's 12, and I'm
Yep.
back to
You're back to full hit points. And in case it wasn't clear for anyone who's watching, Redhorn is actually my character. I've played him in Myriad Legends and got him to 2nd level and rolled quite well on his ability score. So he's sort of a min-max with an amazing strength and con.
20 strength.
And that's all to speak of. An amazing strength and con. Sereth and Durgal, they actually don't really gain a benefit from a short rest, sadly. They're just already in such bad, wounded shape. But it was helpful for you. And you get your battle vigor back. The candle is dwindling down and sputtering out in melted wax. You have now been in the dungeon for 2 hours, 10 minutes.
All right. I'm going to try to push open this large stone door then.
Yep. So typically, if we're like in a moment where we're in initiative or it's like time pressure, we'll have you spend an action and roll a strength check. Since there's no pressure or urgency at the moment, we'll just assume that you're going to get it this time or the next one, and we'll just open it up. There are stairs going up.
Ah, finally. Come on. A demon thing can be around here somewhere. I've got a pair of horns that I want to introduce him to.
There is a corridor that's curving around a bulge in the south. And Sereth and Durgal are trying to move quietly and slowly.
I'll light another torch so that I have a torch and a flail in my hands as I'm progressing.
The heavy flail is a two-handed weapon, just FYI if you go to make an attack with that.
It's dragging behind me noisily then.
Okay. Clink, clonk, clink, 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 clonk, clink.
Yeah.
And speaking of noise, pause there because there is another noise. There is a sound that begins to the south. It's actually all along the southern wall, the bulge, the cornery bend along the southern wall near you, right? The whole southern wall, there is now this like some sort of mechanism has turned on, and you hear a laughter, a deep laughter from the way ahead. Roll for initiative, Redhorn. Durgal and Sereth are rolling with disadvantage from their exhaustion. And Rastor does not roll with disadvantage, he just rolls low. Sereth is first. What is this? And he will move. This is going to be a dash here to this corner, and he seems quite nervous about this noise, this like mechanical noise issuing from the southern wall. Redhorn, it is your turn.
I'm going to move my way out to this chamber here.
And there you see Rastor waiting. You see as well a stone door to the northwest, an iron door to the southeast. There are also some chains hanging from the ceilings in these corners. They don't come down too far. They're maybe about 6 feet off the ground.
So there, and then charge him.
Yeah. All right. You go stomping ahead towards Rastor mightily. Go ahead and make your gore attack. He evades your horns, and he is like spinning a spiked chain around in his hand. At this point, the mechanism in the wall deploys, and a large blade, like almost like a large size great sword scythe sort of thing, comes reaping along, just flies by all along the south wall. And this is going to be making attack rolls. Well, you're not near it, so it's not against you, Redhorn, but it is going to be against your two dear allies. This is against Durgal, and this is against Sereth. Durgal is quite hit, and Sereth is hit exactly. Durgal is decapitated, and his head goes rolling through the corridor. And Sereth, he is slashed. He's bleeding. He's got a nasty gash, like across his shoulder and his chest, but he's not dead. And it is Rastor's turn, and he He looks at you. Your death will be slow. And his voice reverberates in your mind. Make a wisdom saving throw, Redhorn.
Just a 9.
You are overcome by a terrible, terrible sense of panic. And you drop your torch. You drop your torch and your heavy flail. And we'll get back to you when it gets to your turn. Sereth is like panting. No! He can scarcely apprehend and accept the reality of Rastor the Cruel being right here in front of him. And Redhorn, on your turn, you go dashing away as far away as you can from Rastor.
Okay, so I guess that's going to be back here.
There's 45, 55, 60. Very nice. The Wall Reaper now activates once again. And a blade comes streaking through on a like a track from some wall slot. And here's the blade attack against you. You jump over the low blade that was about to slash at your ankles. And Rastor crosses his arms and is quite pleased with himself. Come here, little elf. And he comes over here and whips out his chain at Sereth. And this is a spiked chain attack, and it's a critical hit. Sereth is overcome.
I like to think he faints before the attack even happens.
Sereth is overcome. Come to me. And with a chain pull, Rastor collects him. He does not kill him. He knocks him out, and he's unconscious with like 4 levels of exhaustion now, and is now grabbed. Is going to be seized up. I guess he's grappled by the chain. He's like wrapped up by the spike chain. Redhorn, at the end of your turn, were you out of sight of Rastor?
I can't see anything in that room. All I can see
You
is
are
the
out of
dwarf.
sight of Rastor. Okay, so actually at the end of your last turn, you were able to make a wisdom saving throw to try to overcome the panic.
Okay.
That didn't do it.
another 9.
Okay. All right, so it's your turn now. You cannot come any closer, so you can't move like back into the room where Rastor is. You can run away, you can like dodge, you can do whatever you want to do. You just can't go like back that direction. You're so terrified.
I've dropped my flail and my torch.
Yeah,
So
they're
I'm
back in that
going
room.
I'm going to pull out my Tanglefoot, and I'm going to take the dodge action.
Okay. On shaking hands, you get your Tanglefoot flask in hand. You dodge. Make a
my
wisdom
turn.
save against fear at the end of your turn.
Even worse.
The fear still grips you. The Wall Reaper comes flashing along. It's going to be disadvantage, which represents you are, maneuvering yourself as best you can to try to dodge and evade. It looks like there's 2 positions the blade could be in. It could be the higher blade or the lower blade. It's like there's two tracks. Once again, you are not hit. This time it's like the higher blade, and you duck underneath it right as it comes speeding along. And it runs the whole length of the south wall and then like retracts back into the wall at the end of that chamber. Sereth is unconscious. Oh, I'm sorry. I completely skipped over Rastor. Rastor actually chuckled and uttered a sound, and you hear a noise almost like a door opening, but not some sort of regular door. It's like there's a magical incantation involved with it, and we'll leave it at that. But you don't think he's actually there anymore. Back to your turn, Redhorn. What do you do?
I can't advance.
He's not there anymore. You heard him like teleport away with some sort of dimension door effect.
So if I creep around here, still under the effect of fear, my torch is burning somewhere in this room.
Yeah, it's like up there.
There's 2 doors I can see from this angle.
Yep, the one to the northwest is a stone door, and the one to the east, like southeast, is an iron door.
And then I roll to see if I can shake this fear effect.
Yeah, are you ending your turn right there?
Yeah, my turn there.
You are aware that that's in the path of the Wall Reaper blade. Is that what you want?
Oh, right.
It's going to like go all the way along.
It goes all the way around. Oh, okay.
And, yeah, right, until it reaches the like end point of the room where it retracts back into the wall. Yeah, if you want to step up there, that's out of its reach. Okay, so then the trap like flashes by. So I'll actually turn off initiative. I don't think it's necessary. And eventually you're going to get over the frightened effect, so it's not really doing anything since Rastor got out of there, and he's seems to be taking great delight in his torments, and his cruel games. So, like every 6 seconds, a blade comes flashing along, like speeding along a track in the south wall.
I'm going to go to where Rastor was. And try to see, is there some sort of mechanism here where he turned the blade on? Is there somewhere I can turn it off?
There are the chains hanging from the ceiling. That's the obvious thing you can see. You go through the chains. There is one that pulls. I believe it's the 5th chain, and like you pull, and like clearly that it's meant to do something, but it doesn't turn off the blade.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna just try and yank it out of the wall with all my strength. Maybe it just didn't pull hard enough.
Yeah, make a strength check. That's a nice heavy iron chain. It's not going anywhere.
Okay, come back here, and the blade is still zooming along.
Yeah, so like once around, it's going to come flashing by.
All right, the next time it goes by, I'm going to run over to here and grab these chains and try to pull them.
It's quite tricky to pull the entire cluster all at once. There are 10 chains. Well, I guess since you have this tactic, I think your tactic is you run out, try a chain, and then run back.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So eventually you get the right chain. It's the 9th one. It pulls, and again, like clearly it's meant to do something, and the mechanism in the wall goes quiet. So the trap's turned off.
Okay. Well,
you also hear a clicking sound in that iron door nearby you.
I will leave that be, and I'll make my way over to the dwarf, thinking that he's still alive.
No, it is his head is like rolled down the hallway a bit from the force of the Wall Reaper, and his body is just there with the stump gushing out red fluid. I
try to take the arm thing off of him.
Okay.
Is it still stuck to him?
Well, I guess not. It's just a corpse now, so you can pull it off.
Kink. I knew he was just too weak to take it off. I'm thinking about putting it on, but at the same time, I'm just gonna keep it in my bag just in case. That elf might need a gauntlet. So I'm going to both doors. They look identical, or do they look different?
This one's stone. The northwest one is stone, and the southeast one is iron. They don't have markings on them. They're fairly plain, but the material's totally different.
I'm going to go to the stone door and see if I can just push it open.
Yes, actually it opens readily. On the other side, it's actually a very small chamber. Very small, like a closet-sized chamber. There's no floor. It's just a pit, just a deep shaft that just plunges down, down, down into darkness. Before you run away...
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
There is a glyph on the wall, the opposite wall right there, and it's like seems to be tickling your brain. Make a wisdom saving throw.
I know what glyph this is.
Nah.
14.
14 is a success, and your willpower is mighty, and you do not succumb to whatever that was trying to do to you.
But you know what I'm thinking about? I'm still like going like, oh, that is still tempting. I'm going to go over and get my torch.
Yes.
And then and my flail, and then I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to drop the torch down the shaft.
Okay, you drop it down. It finally clacks at the bottom. It goes down 120 feet. There's some kind of like little cave chamber down there.
He is curious, but at the same time, the devil went up before, so I'm going to go to this door.
The door opens readily. There is another stairwell with spiraling stairs going up.
Another run as I bolt up the stairs.
All right. Upwards you traverse, Redhorn. This one goes up a good ways, not 70 feet this time, but it goes up 40 feet. There is a chamber with some devilish skulls upon pedestals, and engraved words in the middle of the floor read, "Enter, one and all." And something happens when you enter.
I didn't read the message. I just entered.
Okay. A heavy stone slab seals off the stairway. To the north, the west, and the south are pedestals topped with menacing devil skulls. The jaws of the three skulls pop open. A mouth forms momentarily on the east wall, speaking in the voice of the Labyrinth Lord. Within each skull's mouth, you can find a chain. Pull it to move ahead in that direction. Link hands for multiple runners to move simultaneously.
I knew that elf and dwarf would come in handy at some point. And they've gone and abandoned me with their weakness. Well.
So there's an effect, a darkness effect, inside of its mouth. In fact, each of the three devil skulls, the mouth inside is utterly dark. Even your torchlight does not illuminate it.
I can't see what I'm even grabbing.
So you don't see what's in there. That magic mouth said within each skull's mouth you can find a chain. Pull it to move ahead in that direction. Link hands for multiple runners. There's not multiple runners, so that last bit doesn't really matter.
I take the gauntlet and I shove the gauntlet's hand inside of the mouth.
Okay, so you shove the gauntlet hand inside the mouth. There's a little bit of like a squishy, slimy sound, but there's nothing happening. I guess you can feel there's a chain in there too.
I pull it out to see if is there anything on the
it has
gauntlet?
like slime. There's slime on the gauntlet now.
I shake it free. And I go to the south.
Okay. You put the gauntlet, right? The brass gauntlet?
I make a gargle a gauntlet.
Okay. You put the brass gauntlet into the southern mouth. There's definitely a chain in there as well. You feel the chain. There's no like goo or any substance, but there's something else in there touching the gauntlet. And when you move the gauntlet, it
slap it
moves too. Yeah, there's you slap and you hit against something, and it's hitting back against the gauntlet. There's something active in there.
Out. And then I move to the last head.
All right, you stick the gauntlet into the darkness. Once again, there is a chain in there, and there's other like hard bits in there. Like there's something else that like the gauntlet's bumping against small, hard bits of things, like a fixed, not loose things.
A fixed?
Like
okay.
Yeah, there's like a fixed little something, juts or some shapes that you're hitting against.
Try to scrape whatever it is out, but I'm guessing it's not
nothing scrapes out. They're like little hard, well-affixed something or another's. The chain, rattles around.
I'm going to go to this one. I'm going to light a torch. I'm going to put the torch into this one. I'm going to stand back and just put the torch in. And it's going to get hot in there, so...
It is. Yes. Yep. So you put the flame in there, and again, you feel there is something in there. And like when you move the torch around a little bit, it moves around a little bit too.
I'm just going to leave the torch. Leave
and you just leave the torch, just like sitting there, like an inverse stogie.
Stand back, and I'm just going to wait for like a minute, maybe. Whatever it's going to take.
Well, it's a devil skull, so fire doesn't really burn it or harm it. But the torch is just there, burning. Just the wood is burning up. And you've got like a little a little brazier, skull brazier going there.
Does smoke start coming out of it?
Smoke's pouring out the nose cavity, the eyes, the ear cavities.
And whatever's moving inside of it is just
nothing
coming out?
Nothing is moving that torch. The torch is just sitting there still.
All right. Okay, well, I pull the torch out then. I'm going to try to torch the top one, see if this slime will snuff it out.
Yep. The slime snuffs out the fire.
I'm going to go back over this one, the smoky one now, and I'm going to just try and grab the chain and yank it out.
Okay, you grab the chain and you yank the chain, and when you do, you actually like pull yourself, or you are pulled right through the wall. You actually phase right through the wall into a chamber to the south. Redhorn. You are pulled through the wall and you find yourself in a chamber to the south. The floor is sort of like a game board. It has checks. On the west wall is a large mirror, a large polished mirror. And there are some game pieces. And they're pretty good sized game pieces, as you can see there on the tokens. They're like small and tiny sized bronze figures. When you enter this room, your own reflection in the mirror speaks. Surround the king with imps.
Redhorn is not too interested in these sort of puzzles, but I'm trying to find the king. I'm thinking this one's the king, maybe?
Yep.
Okay, I try to pick up this imp over here and then just drag it over here. And then whatever this thing is here.
Looks like a bronze priest. Smash it. Okay.
Smash it.
Blank, bing, pong.
And then I stand there. Yeah, I'm an imp. Come on.
You crouch down and do your best to play as an imp. But whatever effect you're hoping for does not materialize.
Go over to the mirror. Is it still me?
Yeah. It's just a nice polished mirror.
There's not enough imps here.
Are you doing anything in specific?
I bellow at the mirror. I grab it by its edges and shake it and say, "You give me folly! A goose chase! An imp chase!"
You shout at the mirror and you jostle it and you have great fury. But it indeed is just a mirror. So I shouldn't say that, because when you first walked in, your own reflection spoke to you. So you're wondering if it will happen again. But your reflection doesn't say anything else. But since you are there, I would be remiss if I did not give you a perception check. In 11, most definitely your reflection in the mirror is no longer saying anything.
I will drag all the pieces off the board except for the imps and the king.
All right, you haul all of the 2-foot tall bronze figures, except for the imps and the king, off of the board.
I'm going to move the king to the corner, and then I'm going to surround it with the blue imps.
You put the king to the corner, you surround it with blue imps. Nothing's happening.
I try to move the mirror.
It is affixed to the wall.
I unaffix it.
I don't think I will call for a strength check in this case. I mean, it's affixed pretty well, but not so well that there would pose any great challenge to a strong beast such as yourself. And so you like rip out and like the bolts come ripping out of the masonry of the wall.
And I put the mirror
just a wall behind it.
I put the mirror somewhere else in the room. I put it against the wall where I came from, to the north. Does it change? Does the mirror still reflect the same perspective?
Okay, so you look into the mirror and you're kind of like scrutinizing the reflection. The mirror is functioning as one would expect a mirror to do, and nothing seems out of the ordinary there with the perspective. But as you are scrutinizing it, you notice in the reflection, there is an additional bronze imp. You see this additional imp that's not actually in the room, but it is in the reflection here in the corner of the room.
I go down to that corner then and I try to like grab it where it is.
Okay, you go down there and you grab and you just feel nothing. You feel air, but you look at your reflection and you see your reflection, touching the imp. And so reflection Redhorn seems to be able to handle it.
I pantomime.
Yeah.
Picking up the imp and then putting it down in the correct spot.
Reflection Redhorn, pantomimed by you, sets the imp down into this final square, and then the mirror begins to ripple. The surface of the mirror begins to ripple.
I walk
as though
over
it
to
is
the mirror
it is
and say,
liquid-like.
I have beaten your game. I charge into the mirror angrily.
You go into it a little
Just
bit, and then
smash
you hit the wall. It's been activated, but it seems like it's in the wrong place.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the mirror. I'm going to slide it across the wall to every other point other than its normal position, and then push my hand through and see if I can. Can I find
Nothing
an
actually
alternate
works
exit
except for
this?
its original position. When you get to the original position, then your hand goes through it.
I waste
instead
some
of just
time
feeling wall.
experimenting.
A little bit. You are at 2 hours and 44 minutes in the dungeon.
All right, so I charge through the mirror.
You charge through the mirror, and you go through it like water, and you end up on the other side in a corridor. It goes west and then bends a little bit west by northwest.
Is there a mirror behind me?
There is a mirror behind you.
I take the mirror.
You rip it off the wall.
This is some sort of magic item that's going to...
All right, you have ripped the other mirror off of the wall.
Can I carry it with... Is it big enough I can carry it with one hand, or is it like...
You've got a pretty strong big hand, so you could grab the frame at the top, or you could hold it under your armpit.
Yeah, hold it under my armpit.
Okay.
I have a torch in my other hand, and I'll make my way down.
There are stairs coming up at this point, and you climb them. There appears to be a sort of juncture spot here. There is a heavy stone door to the west. Yep, heavy stone door to the west, and there are descending stairs to the north and the east.
Oh, okay. I'm going to put the mirror up against the door.
Okay.
And see if I can step through it.
No, that doesn't do it.
I push the mirror away then, and I'm going to just open the door normally.
You open the heavy stone door. It might take a little bit of elbow grease, but you get it done. And you come upon what appears to be another one of these triangular rooms, complete with the shelf of melted red wax. There is a heavy stone door to the northwest, and there is a piece of parchment that looks like someone has written or drawn on it in some kind of blue pigment.
I read the blue pigment parchment.
There's a drawing, kind of a crude drawing of a blue dragon, and there is writing in a cryptic script. You don't know what in the heck language this is.
I slam it on the shelf, and I ignore it, and try to go back this way. And there's a door here, right? And
yes, so if you go to the north or the east, you're going downstairs.
Yeah, I'm just going to check to make sure. I'm going to come over to this door. Is this door locked or is it openable?
Just seems to be like another one of those simple, heavy stones.
He thinks for a moment, listens at the door. Any noise on
it's
that
quiet.
side, maybe? Quiet. Well, he's not going to bother. There's nothing immediately jumped out of his interest. He probably thinks that that's related to the skulls anyway. So he's going to come through here and then go through this chamber and just push open this door.
All right. You haul open the door to the northwest, and the area on the other side is possibly the most sinister of them all. There are scythe-shaped wall supports. The architecture of the area is just infernal and menacing. And between the scythe-shaped wall supports, there are diabolic motifs leering at you. The air is laced with brimstone, and muffled screams echo from 3 archways.
I'm going to leer back at the grinning faces. Is it just the 3? So if I move here, I see 3 different potential paths, basically.
Yes.
The doors, the wall opposite, I'm going to just try to push against the wall, see if any of these alcoves are hiding something or obscuring something.
You don't notice anything in pushing against the walls.
You said there's screaming coming from each of these.
Yeah, there's muffled screams coming from each of them. You're suspecting more torture chambers.
Does any of them sound elvish?
No.
Is there anything discernible difference between the screaming?
Certainly there are 3 different people. I'll say that.
All right, I'll just go straight for the middle.
Redhorn, are you just charging in there? Is that right?
Sure am.
Okay, you go charging in like the furious beast you are. Yeah,
Where are you, terrible one?
I'm going to move you back just a little bit because something would have happened before that point. Okay. Redhorn, you come charging in. There is what appears to be another nasty torture chamber. There is a man, an ichoriite man, on this rack right here. His wrists and his ankles bound in chains, and there is a tiefling who is at a winch, like a lever winch that can be used to tighten and increase the tension of this ichoriite man here. And right here, there looks to be a way to go into the chamber to the east. There are a number of chains strung taut in that little inlet. And there's iron shelves with torturers' instruments and a table there. And at the southern end, the exit also has those cluster of chains strung about it. You come charging in, and the tiefling looks at you, ha, and is immediately going on the defensive as a Minotaur is coming into the picture. Redhorn, you come charging in, and this tiefling is rather startled, and then goes on the defensive at the sight of this monstrous pit fighter creature charging in, and he actually will go first. And he produces a crossbow and is going to take a crossbow shot at you. It is a light crossbow. The crossbow bolt soars wide, smashes against the wall nearby you, and the tiefling comes here and looks a bit concerned. And the tiefling says, "Mercal, carré bien!" And he shouts out something in his infernal tongue. Redhorn, what do you do?
That whole thing to get there, and I'm going to gore the...
All right, you charge the tiefling. Go ahead and make your gore attack. Oh, alas, your roll is not very good. And the tiefling, moves out of the way, is using the table for a bit of cover, and is not struck by you. And the man who's painfully strung taut on the rack, his body is made of some kind of ultralight, almost ceramic-like substance. He seems to have a bearded monk-like face, and he seems pretty hurt and weak. And I'll let you voice him if you would like.
Much darkness.
You're seeing quite a bit of darkness in this place. We're going to go to the next round, And I'm going to be adding in someone in the next round here. Okay. The tiefling is going to begin the second round by drawing a scimitar. Now that you're up close. And he's like desperately shouts something southward to those chains and then makes an attack roll against you. 12 is not going to hit you. Well, he looks concerned. Redhorn.
Introduce him to my flail.
All right, you draw your heavy flail.
Horns.
And you swing it, and you connect.
A 12 connects?
A 12 connects.
Oh, max damage.
That is a lethal blow. What do you do to this tiefling?
I'd like to think that I swing it in such a way that it collapses his chest cavity, and he keeps on the floor, unable to breathe anymore.
All right, that is a chest crumpled, soon to be dead tiefling lying on the ground.
And
You stand your ground and you move back there?
Where was he shouting to? Was he shouting to
South towards the chains.
Oh, down there. Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. So I want to look through the chains and see what I can see.
All right, so there's quite a bit of chains, but when you get close, you can peer through. You see a room that is illuminated by one of those red flame braziers. There is movement in there. You can hear like the iron-shod boots of Rastor starting to move. You see a door at the southern end. It's a wooden door. It is marked with the icon of exit. It has like the exit stair icon on it. We're going to Rastor's turn.
The bull has finally come. This is your last chance. You would make an excellent thrall. Serve me. I will guarantee you will not die in this place today.
There are no crowds here. There is no audience. It is just dark and filthy.
There is much to love here. There is much to discover. Something like you. A glorious killing beast.
His face is like growing intense with like a maniacal glee.
Join with me, Redhorn.
I pick up the tiefling and throw him into the chains to see if it's going to activate some sort of horrible, eviscerating trap.
Probably not. Technically, it is Rastor's turn. So.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah.
So he will conclude. He will conclude by viciously mocking you.
I will have you crawling like a worm before this is through. You will serve me yet.
Make a wisdom saving throw against the vicious mocking.
It's a 3.
That is not enough, unsurprisingly. You are viciously mocked for 3 psychic damage, and your next attack roll will have disadvantage. Rastor has a spike chain in hand and is looking at you maniacally.
I grab the tiefling and I throw it into the chains.
All right, the tiefling goes and gets all kind of like gunked up in the chains there. There are many a chain, and the tiefling's just like hanging there, crumpled and basically dead, and
okay,
nothing. There's no like trap
right.
coming. No trap is setting off.
Okay, all right. There is your servant. I'm going to actually move. Like the chains don't have any sort of mechanism to turn off or close or whatever. You retract.
No, the chains are
Descend.
not a mechanism. They're just affixed to this exit to serve as a kind of a hindrance, we might say. If you move into that square, they're going to cost an extra 5 feet, like a difficult terrain, and you're going to need to make an acrobatics check to avoid not getting tangled up or stuck in the chains.
Right.
The acrobatics check is just part of your movement to see if you pass through without getting stuck in the chains.
I'm actually going to move here. And we're trying to move. Yeah, I can get to about there with my movement, right? Mm-hmm. There to there is 30 feet. Yep, so there. And that's it. That's the end of my turn.
Rastor utters one of his command words, and he teleports in He moves first, so he can get a look at you, and then he will teleport in. He appears in sulfurous smoke right next to you. That was his action. And
Does that provoke my... Does that, like, provoke the thing about moving into my reach?
yeah, I'd say so. He's entering in your
Right.
reach now. He just got there with teleportation instead of walking. Your demon
I wet my horns in you!
Oh my gosh, your demon horn opportunity attack. You gore him in critical hit.
I'm just gonna roll
Wow.
individually. Hold on. I'm gonna do... So this one is the base one with the +5. Because I can re-roll all of them, or just one of them if I don't like it?
Once per turn, you can re-roll a damage roll. So I don't know if re-rolling a 5 is really worth it, because that's higher
So
than average.
10,
You do 17 damage. I would consider that a light wound against Rastor. He feels it, he shudders a bit, but it's not a massive amount of damage to him.
Anyway, still Rastor's turn. That was just...
And now it's your turn.
I'm going to attempt to grapple Rastor.
Go ahead and make your athletics check. He has a 25, and he will not be grappled by
25.
you.
Okay.
Large as you are, he is larger still, and he just
And
outmatches you, outmaneuvers you.
then I ring my demonic horns, and I... roll uncontrollably? Next gore
3.
attack
Your next gore attack this turn. Okay, that's not going to apply. So that I think that's all for Redhorn. We go back to Rastor. He whips at you with his chain, and it is a vicious chain with spikes on it. And he's quite adept with his whipping. And an 11 is not enough, and you bat it away and are not trapped or damaged. Redhorn, how do you respond?
I'm going to try to smack him with the flail. Many horns. Oh, that's a natural 1.
The strike comes quite awkwardly,
can I make
and
it
you just
reckless?
miss.
I have reckless.
Yeah, do you want to be reckless?
I want to be reckless.
Okay, go reckless. So here's a second roll with advantage, and that will hit.
Damn, there we go. Alright. 10.
Keep that or savage attacker.
I can re-roll it if it's a 5? Okay, let's see if I can...
Yeah,
might as
you
well.
can
I've got savage attack.
re-roll a melee weapon
There we
damage
go.
once
An
per
extra
turn.
+3, so that's going to be 13 damage.
13. Okay, you smash Rastor with the heavy flail, and he definitely felt that. He's not bloodied yet, but you think you've dealt another pretty significant blow to him. Rastor will, I think he'll still attempt the chain. I think the chain is what he mainly wants to do in the situation. The chain attack is 21. That will hit you
Hits.
quite reliably. And the chain deals a wallop of 11 piercing damage to you, and you are grappled. It wraps around you, and you are restrained while you're in this grapple. Yes. I think he's going to do a little bit of movement. He's going to leave the chain wrapped around you. It has up to a 15-foot reach, so he is going to move away from you.
Does that provoke?
It will provoke. You'll have disadvantage from the restrain.
This. No, it's a natural 1.
Okay. So he is going to move to this position here. And he's got his like sinister gaze on you. And this spike chain is wrapped around you, restraining you. Your turn, Redhorn.
I'm going to activate my demon horn. See if I can get a cool effect off. 2. You roar uncontrollably and cannot speak. Well, I think that's what I would normally be doing anyway. I'm trying to break this chain with a strength check, right? Is it athletics or...
Athletics can attempt to break you free.
It's a 16.
That is a success. You get yourself out of the grapple/restrain situation that you're in. That was your action. You're bloodied. You've done a couple significant hits against this foe, though you, just from your observations
Oh, you
you're
know
making while
what?
fighting him, you are thinking you're outmatched. You think that in just a straight one-on-one brute force fight, he's outmatching you. You're a trained arena fighter, and you know it when you're outmatched by someone. So do you continue on your assault against the odds, or do you want to try to think of a new strategy? You just have your speed right now, and
Of course.
that's it. Yeah, you just have your speed left.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to stay. I'm going to be close to him and just end my turn there.
Okay, so you go ahead and stay there. We go to Rastor's turn. The chain flashes once again. His last turn, you're supposed to attack with advantage because you recklessly attacked, but he hit you anyways. 13 to hit. You will block that. Your thick natural armor defies his spiked chain.
I'm going to produce the Tanglefoot, and I'm going to try to see if I can slam the Tanglefoot onto him.
Make an attack. It's just going to be dexterity. Just a
Flat
pure
dexterity
dexterity.
check?
Yeah, yep, like an improvised weapon. Just a,
Okay, well,
a
I'm
pure
going to do it
dexterity.
recklessly.
Reckless is just for strength attacks.
Oh, it's just for strength attacks. Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, it's not. I don't think it's going to hit him, but let's give it a try. Anyway.
You're trying to coat him in the tarry goo.
It's a 13.
Okay, 13 is unsurprisingly not enough. You splash the goo at him and he evades it.
Yeah. Tricks you have. Soon much fewer.
Going
Anything
to-
else? You stand your ground?
Demon Horn.
3 is your next gore attack this turn. Does more damage.
damage, but yeah.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
I did that. I shout anyway. So
Yeah, well, that makes sense. All right, Rastor's chain flashes at you once more. You duck out of the way and are not harmed. Redhorn.
all right, I'm going to take out the gauntlet and put it on.
Okay. You put the gauntlet on. There is a sensation of it gripping, fusing onto your arm. A dreadful sensation creeps down your spine. You are now attuned to this magical item. You also feel a sensation of sort of a wicked power. You are certain that you could make a grasp towards your foe and afflict the foe, even at a range of up to 60 feet.
Who said that I would be the servant? And I'm going to try to afflict whatever it is on
Yep.
him.
All right. You can do this 3 times per day with this cursed item. This is
Is it a check, or is it just...
you're going to roll
happen?
2d12 psychic damage, and he's going to roll a wisdom save. All right, 13 psychic, and his wisdom save. Pretty strong. Let's see what he got here. Success. He takes half damage, which is 6 psychic. He winces. He is bloodied now. Demon Horn?
Demon Horn again? Yep.
Yes, okay.
3.
Okay.
My gauze would have been so good if I did them.
Roar. All right. Rastor's chain flashes at you once more. It is a natural 1, in fact. The attack comes awkwardly and does not strike you. Back to you, Redhorn. You have 2 more
I'm gonna
usages
start
of
my
the...
turn.
By roaring.
Vicious spirits deal 1d6 damage to you.
You rolled a 2.
and each creature with...
You rolled a 2. It's the roar.
Oh, 2, sorry. You uncontrollably, you roar uncontrollably and cannot speak. I don't know. Is the gauntlet just as good as smacking him? Okay, I'm going to say yes. Let's go for another gauntlet.
It's
blast.
yeah, there's a name for it. It's like a grasp of affliction. Afflicting gesture.
17.
All right.
17 psychic.
You focus the afflicting gesture towards Rastor the Cruel, who will make a wisdom saving throw. He has magic resistance. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting all kinds of things with him. He actually has
Is it a
magic
spell?
resistance. It is a magical effect.
Okay.
He succeeds. He will take half damage, which is 8.
All right.
So he was bloodied last time, and then now you've done an additional
you are not
8.
the only one who can be cruel.
You do not know the depths of cruelty.
And I guess you're actually roaring uncontrollably and not speaking. You roared him. Flecks of Minotaur spittle
That's what I was saying when I said it. but it's
in your
spittle.
mind, that was the emotional intention. And he swings his spike chain at you once again. A 14. He's not rolling very well on his attacks, and your thick Minotaur hide repels it. What do you have, Redhorn?
All right. Come on. Give me the. Oh, okay. No, so I didn't want to add a +1 to that. It's supposed to be a 3 to the Minotaur.
Okay. Next gore attack he makes his turn. If you hit, gets an extra D6.
I need to actually charge. Can I just gore straight up? Or
it's just gore. Yeah, just your next gore attack.
Okay, I can just.
And charge is a gore attack, but it's one where you go running and make the gore.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Then here we go. That's a gore attack.
You want to go reckless?
Can be reckless.
You can go reckless if you want.
Yep. I want to recklessly gore him.
Alas, no. And it gets even better.
Alrighty.
When you make your attack, that brass arm of affliction deals 1 psychic damage to you. Every time you attack, that's going to do that to you. Rastor swings the chain, flails at you. He has advantage because of your reckless. And that's going to do it.
Ooh,
he hits you.
Hit.
Yep. He hits you there. And it's what's like 11, leaving you at 1 hit point. The chain seizes upon you. The spikes bite into you. You are grappled and restrained while grappled.
Soon.
Okay.
Another body for the maidens.
Redhorn.
Yes, your body! And I will roll my demon horn.
Oh, no.
Vicious spirits. Oh, okay. That's going to deal psychic damage to myself as well.
Vicious spirits deal psychic damage equal to your proficiency bonus to you and each creature within 10 feet of you. So you and Rastor both take 2 psychic damage.
Ah, okay.
And you fade into the grips of unconsciousness. Now, something unique is happening here, as Rastor is actually attempting to stabilize you. You will break in time. He actually fails to stabilize you. Make a death saving throw, Redhorn. Okay.
13?
Well, you got a success.
Stay with me now. You will be my thrall. I will break you and you will be mine.
Oh my gosh. He is just rolling terribly. Okay. So he fails to stabilize you. You get another success. Back to Rastor. He makes his medicine check, and this time he stabilizes you. All right, so you, Redhorn, are going to be carried away, and he is going to be tormenting you until you break and presumably become one of his thralls, as you impressed him quite a bit. Redhorn, you were so close. So close. You were right there by the exit. Oh man. I was wondering if you were going to try to do a straight fight against Rastor. And you know there was a bit of hope in there. Like there was a chance.
There was a chance. I love playing the big dumb brute characters. They're lots of fun.
And for everyone who is watching, Gauntlet Runner is currently on Kickstarter. Check out the link down below that will take you to the Kickstarter page where you can show some support there and get access to the book, the 5e campaign, and you yourself check out these brutal dungeon runs and mythic doom characters. And
you too can torture your players with Rastor.
You too can torment your players with Rastor the Cruel. Jared, thank you very much for playing. This was really quite thrilling and quite a hoot. You almost made it through.
Thank you for killing me twice, Esper. It was good fun.
The pleasure is all mine. Look forward to seeing everyone in the next video sometime soon. May your adventures be many.